Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic pieces of American history, the Liberty half-dollar coin. This legendary coin isn't just pocket change. It's a symbol of freedom, heritage, and hidden value that many people overlook every single day. From its stunning Lady Liberty design to its powerful connection with the past, this coin has captured the attention of collectors around the world. Some Liberty half-dollars are worth far more than 50 cents. In fact, certain rare dates, mint marks, and error coins can sell for hundreds, thousands, or even more depending on condition. That's why you should never ignore one if you find it in an old collection, inherited box, or coin roll. What looks ordinary could actually be a valuable hidden gem. In this video, we'll explore the most valuable Liberty half-dollar coins, what makes them rare, how to identify key details, and why collectors are willing to pay big money for the right piece. So before you spend one, make sure you watch till the end, because the coin in your hand might be worth a fortune. The 1971 Liberty half-dollar coin carries an aura that instantly captures attention, especially for collectors who dream of discovering a hidden treasure in ordinary change. At first glance, it may look like just another vintage coin, but beneath its aged surface lies a story of transition, rarity, and unexpected value. This coin represents a moment in American coinage history when design, metal composition, and collector demand all collided, creating the possibility that a simple 50-cent piece could one day command astonishing prices. When people hear 1971 Liberty half-dollar, they often imagine a coin that quietly circulated for decades, unnoticed and underappreciated. Yet some of these coins were struck with unusual precision, rare minting quirks, and exceptional condition that make them dramatically more valuable than their face value. These rare examples stand apart from ordinary circulation coins and have the potential to command staggering sums when discovered by the right collector at the right time. The fascination grows stronger when the coin comes from the Philadelphia Mint, often identified without a mint mark. These early strikes sometimes show sharp details, mirror-like fields, and bold lettering that collectors chase passionately. A pristine example with flawless surfaces can transform what appears to be pocket change into a prize collectible capable of drawing intense bidding interest in the marketplace. Condition plays a powerful role in determining whether a 1971 Liberty half-dollar becomes ordinary or extraordinary. Coins preserved in uncirculated state, untouched by wear, hold the greatest potential. When the original luster still glows and the design remains crisp, collectors recognize the coin as a survivor of time, and its desirability rises dramatically. In rare cases, such coins can reach astonishing valuations that surprise even seasoned numismatists. Another factor that fuels excitement is the possibility of mint errors. Some 1971 half-dollars were struck with double lettering, off-center designs, or unusual surface textures. These minting anomalies transform an already collectible coin into a one-of-a-kind piece. Error coins ignite bidding wars because they cannot be easily duplicated, and collectors value their uniqueness above all else. The design itself adds emotional weight. The Liberty imagery, paired with a strong American symbolism, creates a timeless aesthetic that collectors admire. The bold profile, balanced composition, and classic feel make the coin visually appealing, increasing demand among enthusiasts who value both history and beauty. This combination of artistry and rarity pushes certain examples into the realm of high-value collectibles. Collectors often search rolls of old coins hoping to uncover one exceptional specimen. The thrill of discovery is part of the magic surrounding the 1971 Liberty half-dollar. A coin that sat quietly in a drawer for decades could suddenly reveal blazing luster, perfect edges, and stunning preservation. Moments like this feed the dream that a life-changing find might still be waiting in everyday collections. Some of the most valuable examples are those preserved in proof-like condition. These coins display reflective surfaces and frosted details that create a striking contrast. When such features appear on a circulation strike, collectors take notice immediately. The rarity of this appearance drives demand, and prices can climb rapidly when one surfaces at auction. The metal composition also contributes to its appeal. While many assume all 1971 half-dollars are common, certain variations and specially preserved coins create scarcity. Over time, fewer high-grade pieces remain available, and collectors compete fiercely to secure the best examples. This shrinking supply intensifies value and increases the excitement surrounding top-quality specimens. Auction moments involving rare 1971 Liberty half dollars often spark intense interest. When collectors recognize a coin with extraordinary quality, bidding can escalate quickly. The combination of rarity, condition, and collector enthusiasm can push prices far beyond expectations, reinforcing the idea that an overlooked coin might hold surprising worth. Stories circulate of collectors discovering a brilliant 1971 half dollar tucked away in old albums. After careful grading, the coin is revealed to be nearly flawless, making it highly desirable. Such discoveries fuel the belief that hidden treasures still exist, waiting to be recognized by someone with a keen eye and patience. Grading services further amplify value by certifying authenticity and condition. A 1971 Liberty half dollar graded at the highest levels becomes an elite collectible. These top-tier coins stand among the finest known examples, and collectors are often willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure them for their collections. The passage of time adds the mystique. More than 5 decades have passed since these coins were minted, and pristine survivors grow scarcer each year. As availability declines, demand among collectors strengthens. This natural imbalance between supply and interest pushes certain pieces toward remarkable valuations. Visual appeal also plays a major role. Coins with radiant shine, clean surfaces, and strong strikes command the most attention. When all these elements align, the coin becomes a standout specimen that collectors consider a centerpiece. Such coins can reach impressive prices simply because of their exceptional eye appeal. Historical significance contributes another layer of value. The 1971 issue marked an important period in coinage evolution, and collectors appreciate pieces that represent this transitional era. Owning one in exceptional condition feels like preserving a moment frozen in time, which increases desirability. The excitement surrounding these coins often leads people to re-examine old collections. Families rediscover coin jars, albums, and inherited sets, hoping to uncover a rare 1971 half dollar. The possibility that a forgotten coin could hold surprising value keeps interest alive and encourages continued searching. While not every 1971 Liberty half dollar is worth a fortune, the rare and flawless examples can reach impressive levels. The difference between common and extraordinary often lies in subtle details that only careful inspection reveals. This mystery adds to the coin's allure and keeps collectors fascinated. In the end, the 1971 Liberty half dollar represents more than just currency. It symbolizes the thrill of discovery, the power of rarity, and the dream that something small can hold enormous potential. For collectors, finding a pristine example feels like unlocking hidden history, and that possibility is what makes this coin so captivating and endlessly talked about. The 1972 Liberty half dollar is one of those coins that quietly hides in plain sight, yet collectors know it can carry an electrifying story. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin from pocket change, but the moment you understand its background, the entire perspective changes. This coin belongs to the era when the famous Kennedy half dollar design still dominated circulation, and certain rare variations from 1972 began to capture the imagination of collectors. What seems ordinary can suddenly feel extraordinary, and that is exactly where the thrill begins. In 1972, millions of half dollars were produced, but not all were created equal. A small number were struck with unusual characteristics, minting irregularities, and exceptional preservation. These tiny differences are what transform a common coin into something that collectors chase for years. When a coin survives decades with sharp details, brilliant luster, and minimal wear, it starts to separate itself from the rest. This is the moment when a simple 50-cent piece begins its journey toward becoming a prize collectible. The most fascinating part of the 1972 Liberty half dollar is how rarity often hides in details that most people overlook. Slight doubling in the lettering, unusual mint marks, or proof-like surfaces can turn an everyday coin into a remarkable find. Some examples show mirror-like fields, strong strikes, and crisp edges that look almost untouched by time. When collectors see these features, excitement builds quickly because such coins rarely appear in circulation anymore. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. A heavily worn 1972 half dollar, may only hold modest collector interest, but a pristine specimen graded at the highest levels becomes a completely different story. Coins preserved in near-perfect condition reflect light beautifully, showing every line of the Liberty design. The sharpness of the hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the clean fields all combine to create a coin that looks almost freshly minted. Another factor that fuels interest is mint origin. Coins struck at different mints can display subtle differences, and certain mint combinations are far scarcer than others. When collectors discover a rare mint variation from 1972, the excitement intensifies. These coins may have been produced in smaller numbers, making them harder to find today. The scarcity adds a layer of mystery that collectors love. Sometimes, the real magic appears in mint errors. A 1972 Liberty half dollar with a striking error, such as double die features, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws, can capture enormous attention. These mistakes were never intended, yet they create one-of-a-kind collectibles. Each error coin tells a story of a brief moment in the minting process when something went differently, and that uniqueness drives desirability. Collectors also value coins with strong eye appeal. Even without dramatic errors, a 1972 half dollar with bright luster and clean surfaces can command significant interest. When a coin looks visually stunning, it stands out immediately. The shine, the symmetry, and the bold strike all work together to create something that feels special in hand. Over the years, fewer high-grade 1972 Liberty half dollars have survived. Many were spent, scratched, or stored improperly. That means the remaining top-condition coins become more desirable with time. As availability decreases, collectors compete more aggressively for the best examples. This competition naturally drives value upward. The thrill of finding one of these coins is part of what makes the story so compelling. People often search old collections, coin rolls, or inherited jars hoping to discover a hidden treasure. Occasionally, someone uncovers a well-preserved 1972 half dollar that looks far better than expected. That moment can feel like uncovering history frozen in metal. Another fascinating aspect is the coin's historical atmosphere. The early 1970s represented a transitional period in U.S. coinage. Silver content had already changed in previous years, and collectors were paying closer attention to mint production. Coins from this era often carry nostalgia and historical significance, which adds to their appeal. Professional grading also plays an important role. When a 1972 Liberty half dollar is authenticated and graded by experts, it gains credibility and collector confidence. High-grade certifications can transform interest into serious demand. Buyers feel more secure knowing the coin has been carefully evaluated and preserved. Auction appearances sometimes ignite excitement around these coins. When a particularly beautiful 1972 example surfaces, collectors notice immediately. Competitive bidding can push prices higher, especially when the coin displays exceptional preservation. The combination of rarity, condition, and presentation can create dramatic outcomes. The idea of hidden value keeps collectors fascinated. A coin that once circulated casually might now be preserved in a protective holder, admired for its quality. This transformation from everyday currency to collectible treasure is part of the coin's charm. It reminds collectors that history often hides in ordinary places. Patience is another key element in this story. Collectors sometimes wait years to find the perfect 1972 Liberty half dollar. They examine many coins, searching for the one with the right details and outstanding quality. When that coin finally appears, it becomes a highlight of their collection. Storage and preservation also affect value over time. Coins kept in safe environments retain their luster and detail. A well-preserved 1972 half dollar looks dramatically better than one exposed to damage. This difference can significantly influence collector demand. The emotional connection to coins should not be underestimated. Holding a 1972 Liberty half dollar can feel like touching a small piece of history. The design, the weight, and the shine all contribute to its appeal. For collectors, this emotional factor often adds to the coin's desirability. Market demand continues to evolve as new collectors enter the hobby. Interest in vintage half dollars remains strong, especially for coins with unusual characteristics. As awareness grows, standout 1972 examples attract even more attention. This steady demand helps maintain their collectible status. In the end, the 1972 Liberty half dollar represents more than just a coin. It symbolizes the excitement of discovery, the beauty of preservation, and the thrill of rarity, whether found in a collection or acquired through careful searching. A remarkable example can feel incredibly special. What once seemed like ordinary change can become a captivating collectible, carrying both history and the promise of unexpected value. The 1980 Liberty half dollar most collectors talk about is actually the 1980 issue of the half dollar honoring John F. Kennedy, struck by the United States Mint. Despite the dramatic claims you may hear online, this coin is not made of traditional silver for regular circulation. It is primarily a copper-nickel-clad coin, yet certain rare conditions, errors, and exceptional grades can still make a 1980 half dollar surprisingly valuable to the right collector. The excitement comes from rarity, condition, and unusual minting details rather than metal value alone. In 1980, half dollars are produced mainly for collectors and not widely used in daily transactions. That limited circulation creates an interesting situation. Many coins were saved, but only a tiny fraction survived in flawless, untouched condition. When a 1980 Liberty half dollar appears with blazing luster, perfect surfaces, and no marks, collectors become very interested. These top-grade coins can command far higher prices than ordinary examples. The most talked about versions of the 1980 P, 1980 D, and the 1980 S proof. Each mint location produced coins with slightly different characteristics. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while the San Francisco version was produced as a proof coin with mirror-like surfaces. Proof coins, when perfectly preserved, often bring the highest premiums among collectors. Condition is everything. A worn 1980 half dollar may only be worth face value, but a pristine specimen graded at the very top of the scale becomes a different story. Coins graded MS-66, MS-67, or higher are extremely scarce. These high-grade examples represent the absolute best survivors in the year, and collectors are willing to pay strong prices to secure them. Another factor that can transform a common coin into a valuable one is a mint error. Off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or dramatic strike anomalies can make a 1980 Liberty half dollar stand out instantly. These minting mistakes are accidental and limited, which is why collectors chase them. A dramatic error can multiply the value many times over. The 1980 S-proof half dollar holds special appeal because of its mirror-like finish. When the coin retains deep cameo contrast, frosty devices against jet black fields, collectors consider it premium quality. A perfect deep cameo proof preserved without haze, scratches, or spots can bring significantly more than average examples. Some collectors search for coins with unusually strong strikes. A sharply struck 1980 half dollar shows crisp hair detail, clean lettering, and strong rim definition. These details may seem small, but they separate ordinary coins from elite specimens. The sharper the strike, the higher the collector interest. There are also transitional planchet possibilities that excite advanced collectors. While extremely rare, if a 1980 half dollar were discovered struck on an incorrect metal planchet, it could become highly valuable. These types of anomalies are the ones that generate headlines in coin collecting circles. The shine of an uncirculated 1980 half dollar is another major factor. Coins stored carefully in original mint sets sometimes retain blazing luster. When that original mint brilliance is intact, the coin appears almost freshly struck. Collectors often pay premium prices for that untouched appearance. Population rarity plays a big role too. If only a few coins reach the highest certified grades, competition increases. When demand meets low supply, prices climb. That's why a seemingly ordinary 1980 Liberty half dollar can suddenly become desirable if it's one of the finest known examples. However, it's important to stay realistic. Most 1980 half dollars are not worth millions. The dramatic, overnight billionaire claims are exaggerated. Truly valuable coins depend on extreme rarity, exceptional grade, or unusual mint errors. Without those features, the coin remains modest in value. Still, the thrill comes from the possibility. Many collectors search rolls, mint sets, and old collections hoping to find that perfect specimen. The idea that a simple coin could hold hidden value keeps interest alive and fuels a hunt. The design itself adds to the coin's appeal. The portrait on the obverse carries historical significance, while the reverse with the eagle symbolizes strength and national identity. This combination makes the 1980 half dollar visually appealing even beyond its potential value. Collectors also value originality. A coin that has never been cleaned or altered is far more desirable. Cleaning can reduce value dramatically, even if the coin looks shiny. Natural surfaces are always preferred in the numismatic world. Storage matters as well. Coins preserved in protective holders avoid scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. A well-stored 1980 Liberty half dollar stands a better chance of achieving a higher grade and stronger collector demand. Some high-grade examples have sold for notable amounts compared to face value, especially when graded near perfect. These sales reinforce the idea that condition and rarity drive the market. A top-tier coin can stand far above average examples. The excitement surrounding the 1980 Liberty half dollar comes from this combination of history, condition rarity, and collector demand. Even though most are common, the rare standout pieces capture attention and spark imagination among collectors. So if you come across a 1980 Liberty half dollar, don't dismiss it immediately. Examine its condition, check for unusual errors, and consider professional grading if it looks exceptional. While it may not make you a billionaire overnight, the right coin in the right condition could still be a valuable and fascinating collectible.